Let's make another soap using my soap scrapers. This soap is going to have a snowy background. So once again, I'm using my white soap that I had previously made, and I am using my grater and grating this up into small pieces. Next, I am adding my blue colorant to my lye water solution and mixing that up. And then I'm adding that blue lye water solution into my bucket of oils and butters and mixing this to emulsion. And then I'm adding a couple handfuls of that grated white soap, and I'm letting my stick blender chop it up into tiny pieces. And then I'm grabbing one of my molds and I'm placing my first scraper at the end and pouring my soap into the mold. The reason I place the scraper on the end inside the mold, I use this as a guide so I know how much I have to fill it up. And all the soap that's left over, I pour into another mold. I poured another mold off camera, and after these had set up, I am scraping my first design. And the soap that I'm scraping off, all that excess, I am putting that into another mold. Next, I am mixing up another small batch of white soap, and then I am pouring this into the mold where you see those little grooves. And then I'm adding just a touch of charcoal powder to that white soap. I want it to be just a little bit darker. I don't want it to be bright white. This is going to be for the shading of the trees and the snow. It'll all make sense after you see it. I still need to pour some of that white soap in the one corner of the mold. So I am propping my molds up on some towels so they will be at an angle and that soap will remain on the one side. After my soap had set up enough, I am removing those towels and then scraping my second design. And just like always, when I create a soap using scrapers, I always have to go back and add a little bit more soap in areas where I might have a gap or where there was drag marks from the little soap, from the little snow pieces. So I'm just adding a little bit more soap and then scraping, adding a little more soap and scraping again until it's perfect. Next, I'm mixing up one last batch of soap, and this one needs to be pure white. So I am mixing this batch up and then pouring this into the remainder of the molds. The next day, it was time to unmold and cut my soaps. I'm placing these loaves in my multi-bar cutter, and this is what the soaps look like. I call these my silent night soaps. They just look like a dark, snowy night in the middle of winter. And you can see where the one hill is a little bit darker. That is where I added that charcoal powder for the shading to make it just a little bit darker. I scented these in a fragrance called Forest Cabin. It is described as notes of spices, pine, and marine accords, culminating in a warm, dry down of woods and musk. These soaps are now heading to my curing racks for the next 4 weeks. They are available for pre-order on my website at earthrella.com, and these will not begin shipping until the week of November 24th, which is the week of Thanksgiving. So please know that if you do pre-order these soaps, they will ship the last week of November. I have lots of pre-order soaps available right now, and they always ship on time. I always get messages though throughout the months asking me where your orders are, because you guys either forget or don't realize that you're pre-ordering a soap. So please know that all of these soaps that I've been making recently, they are pre-orders and they will ship on the time frame stated in the listing. So I hope you love these Silent Night soaps. Thank you so much for watching.